Coach, a breakout performance from your offense. Just talk to me about how satisfying it is to see everything that has been worked on in training come to fruition on the field and in the game.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. Just you can tell that the players are in sync. They're cohesive and they move together. You can see they anticipate each other's ideas and movements and decisions. And so it's really great to see. And then you're always wanting players to be rewarded for all their work because it just reinforces that we're on the right path. And so to have a performance like this where we score 4 goals, we create even more chances to score, quality chances from multiple sources. It's really nice. Great to see Hata too and his growth this year. Now a real threat around goal for assists and for goals. So it's great. We're moving in the right direction, clearly.
Talk a little bit more, Coach, about how to break out last week and continued that momentum this week.
Yeah, I think Hata just you can see it in training. This really started in that COVID window where we were going to have our fall season, and it didn't happen. You saw this increased level of performance around goal. And then of course we had this period where, we weren't playing matches and where we were actually away from the field over that Christmas break. But now, as he's come back, he's rededicated himself to just being really good in that area. And you see the benefit of all that work that he's put in. And our team has enjoys the work that he's put in, and it's helping us win games. It's a big factor.
And he's got some great chemistry with Gino. I mean, this is like 2 weeks in a row. They've set each other up. Gino with some great pass to set up that first goal tonight. Just talk about that chemistry the two of them have, and really Gino kind of coming to his own as the playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both dynamic players, right? And so they have this ability to beat players. And then these players that can beat players, they create disorganization in the opponent. So I think in both of their cases, they're able to take players on 1v1 and disorganize the opponent, and then the other one's free. And not just them, but other players are free too in those moments. And they've found each other now a couple times. It's great to see that chemistry develop. And it's something that we want to see continue. And for other people to even be brought into it more often.
Hey, Scott, looking back at, what you were talking about off the very top about how, the team is fine. It feels like it's finally gelling offensively. When you look back on the last couple games now, obviously the offensive explosion tonight and then the SMU game, was there a moment where you feel the switch turned on?
I actually feel like it's been really progressive, and from game to game, rather than like just one switch being flipped. I feel like if you went and you looked at every game, the quality of the chances that we are creating has been improving continuously from us not being very dangerous in the very first game against Tulsa. And so I think it's a huge focus from our team. But I also think it's this really organic process where players need to learn how to play with other players. Everybody is a relative individual as a player, in that in this game, we're only successful by working in concert with others, and that takes time. And so I think now we're seeing more and more these players are combining, they understand each other. And things happen so fast in this game that if you're sitting there thinking, not sure what other people are going to do or want, these moments, because these are fractions of a second where you have to make a decision, they disappear. And so we're just continuing to progress. And my hope is that we continue to get better and better in the final third, because I think even in this game, there's 4 or 5 chances that if we're a little bit better, if the ball that comes in and across the goal isn't bouncing, or it's hit with just the right weight, or we run at just the right moment to get on the line, then we're in a position to score another goal. And I off the top of my head, I can think of 3, 4 other moments where I feel like if we get that just a little bit better, the timing's a little bit better, then we score another goal. So I think it's, this is this continuous progress that we want to make.
Scott, I wanted to ask you about Temple's press tonight. Throughout the first half, they were actively trying to force the back line into mistakes, and it seemed like your team handled it very well. And then finally, once the second half started, you opened up that 3-goal lead. They kind of pulled back a bit. But just wanted to ask about that first half specifically, and the resilience from your team to be able to handle that pressure from Temple.
Yeah, I think we talked about the potential for them to come out and press us. We analyzed how they press. I think at the very beginning of the game, their press was not, we handled it really well. First 15, 20 minutes. And then they became more aggressive with their press, and they started working harder, and it started to have more success. And I think where we were able to break their press is when we rotated through certain positions, right? And when you watch us play, you'll see all of a sudden the outside back will move, and he might move into a position next to the 6. He might move into the 8's position. Then you'll see the winger rotate down. Then, you might see the attacking mid go up high on the line. And those rotations make it so difficult for our opponent to be organized and to keep track of players. And that's actually when we did that and had those movements timed right, we were able to break the press. When they became more aggressive, it was more difficult. And so it became harder for us to time those movements. And I think also with that wind, the wind was in our face. And so there was never this option to really stretch them, which in the second half, we realized, okay, the wind's going to be at our back. Let's make sure we use that, and let's play some longer balls in behind them. And we've got Gino, we've got Hata, Luca's fast as well. So we said, let's use that. Let's create a little bit of space in front of their back line. And then that pocket now makes that second half, it makes it harder for them to press us because they can't stay quite so compact. And so that's a reason why I think we also were able to really get on top of them in the beginning of the second half. Yannick is very good playing out of the back with those longer passes as well. And so he's a threat, and they're never really going to be able to press because Yannick can play and has great feet, because Giannis has great feet, because Tico has great feet. It's really hard to press us because if we move the ball quickly, we're always going to be numbers up because we have a goalkeeper. And if they press us, if they take 4 players and press us, and we've basically taken our 3 forwards and locked 4 of them, there's a number, there's a free man somewhere. And then we just need to find the free man to get us out. And we had 2 free men because you also had Yannick at the back who can play, which is, you see that all the time. And that's really difficult for a front group to deal with when you have a goalkeeper also who can play.
Rivalry game ahead. How different is this team now, your team now, than just a couple of weeks ago when you played them?
Yeah, I think when we played US, I actually felt like we did a lot of things really well in that game and didn't score the goals. I thought we had a lot of possession. I thought we were finding the spaces that we wanted to play in and to hurt them, but we didn't score. And so the key, of course, is we need to just keep getting better and better around the, and we, hopefully now I would say we're better in possession. We're better in the buildup. We're better in those final phases of creating the chances. And now I think we're getting better and better in finishing our chances. So again, I thought we had a good performance here. But we didn't take our chances well, didn't create enough good chances. So that's going to be a big focus. But we're looking forward to playing them again.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. And I want to ask you about the Anderson Rosa and his kind of growth throughout the season. Had that beautiful, incredible goal. I mean,
amazing
all,
goal.
Describe that goal from your vantage point, and then obviously his overall play, not just tonight, but throughout the season.
Yeah, it was a set piece goal, free kick. He's left-footed, and I feel like it was a good distance out. It was not easily bent in, but the goalkeeper got beat at the near post. We usually have some runs in the box and some runs around the ball to distract the goalkeeper a little bit and make sure they have things to think about. But Anderson took it. I mean, amazing strike. And, I thought the goalkeeper was super close to it, but it had too much pace. It was a great goal. And Anderson has continued to get better. It's great to see he's now really developing great relationships with both Hata and Gino, because we flip those two. Sometimes they're on the right. Hata can be on the right or the left. Gino can be on the right or the left. So all those little rotations you see Anderson finding those pockets and rotating with the attacking mid and the winger. And actually, he's so dangerous when he gets up a little bit higher because he's pacey. He's got a great left foot. And he makes that little run between the outside back and the center back, and he's tough to catch. If he gets a yard and we slip a ball around the corner or through that gap, it's dangerous. So he continues to get better and better. Anybody got anything else?
One quick question. The halftime sub with Gideon coming in, was that a tactical or was Andres hurt or anything? Or?
Andreas couldn't go on. He was nursing a little something going into this game. Nothing serious, but he was smart. So I thought Gideon actually came in and was fantastic. We didn't miss a beat with Gids going in there. He was so comfortable, so calm on the ball, made some great decisions, both sides of the ball, attacking, defending, playing out of the back. So, I was really proud of Gideon to come in, big game, and just was excellent tonight. Really, really good.
Coach, I think we're all good.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.